Okay, so what I decided to do was to make one more video just showing what I'm working on right now. I'm doing a home networking system here. So I found an area right here in this little pantry closet. So it's a little small area. I knocked out a few shelves to make me enough room here for a distribution box. I have an old one here. I'm going to reuse that one. And I'm drilling me some holes up to the attic, and I'm going to run coaxial cables, Ethernet cables, and some simple telephone lines coming down into this box when I mount this box right here. And what I'll be doing too is fishing or running those lines all the way close to receptacles. I'll put a 3-port receptacle there for Ethernet, cable, telephone. I'll put another one here for convenience, so that way people ain't got to run wires up and along the wall. If they decide to put their TVs or computers or whatever on this side of the wall, they have one there. I'll put one in every room, and I'll put 2 in the master bedroom, probably one over there in that wall, and I think we'll put one behind this door to serve this wall. Oops. Yeah. So, yeah. That's the last project, is just running these wires, and I got a whole lot of extra cable here. Here we are. Some there, and I got some more in the shed. So yeah, so I'm going to take it from the main service panel outside the house. I'm going to bring that inside and then fish it down into my distribution panel inside. And there I will distribute those cables throughout the house. Or we would say split down. One more video I'll do is when I'm done with that, I'll have this whole place nicely cleaned up, and I'll do an open house video. Not an open house video, the house has been rented actually. I'm just preparing it for the tenant to move in. I just got to make another video showing you the final finished project of everything. So, oops. Alright, so here's the progress. I got this box in here. This will be my distribution box. I got only this one ran so far. This is just for the telephone. I'm going to run some of the coaxial cables in a minute and start feeding them to this box to the various rooms. And the Ethernet cables will go in here too. But what I'm doing now is just making me an electrical receptacle. So when people have their modems here, or whatever items they may have here, they can plug it in. Because a lot of times you need to have something, a power supply. And here will be a outlet for the phone. So if they have a DSL modem or cable modem, plug it right into there. And then from there, it'll patch in to the Ethernet cables. So that's just the status of so far. I got holes drilled. I got plenty enough wide holes and enough holes inside this box. So that's an old distribution box that I used for that. And yeah. So next step is start to drill holes and find where I'm gonna run my cables. Okay, welcome back, everyone, to my old house. Just like I said, it's an old house, but I'm updating it, making it be ready for 2014 in the future. And what I mean by that is that I'm adding network cables, meaning I'm putting coaxial cables in, new telephone lines, and Ethernet wires at the same time. So what I've done while I'm running these wires, I've decided to make a bunch of different ports. Here's one I just finished. I have a Ethernet here, coax there, and telephone there. So they have so say someone has a telephone modem, they could put a telephone modem right here. I mean, I'm sorry, a modem that works through DSL, working through the telephone line. They can just use the telephone line, and then also Ethernet. And that would be if they're going to have the whole house connected to the Ethernet. Let me show you some of my bags of goodies here. I got a lot of little things, some stuff. Let me show you. I got a lot of keystones here. Some loose ones there. We got some F connectors, keystones, data keystones. I'm using the little punch down tool that comes with it. I got on this side of the room, I got some I gotta do here. So you get coax, Ethernet, telephone. Got one in this living room on this wall. Got one there. See my wires tucked in there nicely. I put an old low voltage single gain old work box in there. It has like two little brackets that grab hold to the drywall. And I got one in this room and over here in this room. So I'm going to be making those connections today. After I get done with that, then I'm going to come back to my main distribution panel here and deal with all these wires and cables and make them nice and neatly in there. I got another little distribution, another little box there I gotta do. That's gonna have cable and telephone. So like I said, they have a modem. They could put a modem right here and they could connect to the cable for a cable modem, or connect to the phone if it's gonna use DSL, and then they'll patch right in to a, what they call it, a block, an Ethernet block or Cat5 block that I'll put in here at a later date. But all my Cat5s will connect to that block, and then you could just patch in your modem into that, your modem / router. I'll show you up here. There's where the bundle of wires go up. I got the service wires right there. Coax and telephone coming in. It's going to feed all these other wires. So yeah, I got plenty to work with, and all the connectors I need. I use some tape here, and I got everything nicely taped like this. Is master bedroom south wall. So everything's organized. All I gotta do is put it in a neat fashion and get rid of this clutter. Okay, so I'll show you a finished picture of the complete job. Okay, so far I've got my receptacles installed for the low voltage cables, the coaxial cable, Cat5e, and category 3 for your telephone jacks. And I had keystones. I had some old keystones. That's why I got blue there. But I wasn't going to spend more money on keystones. But I had some keystones I could use. Old friend gave them to me from his class. So they finally came in handy. So I have them in every room. And all the bedrooms have it. You can see, so I got kind of my trash there. And next step is to tackle this distribution panel. What I'm going to do is use this 8-way splitter and have my service come to that, and then split the cable signal. Well, split the cable signal and then connect each of these coaxial cables to that. I'm going to mount this or fasten this to this box somewhere. Later on, I will get a Ethernet, what do you call it, a block. I forget what it's called, but it's a block that will let a patch block that will let you put all these Ethernet wires to that. So that's just, these cables are just going to sit here for now because the tenant has already informed me that they're going to use Wi-Fi, so they really won't need this too much. For my telephone wires, all these gray wires here, I'm going to do something creative here. Since it's all one line, I'm just going to take some wire nuts and tie all these together. It's about 4 wires in each cable. I'm going to tie all those wires together. I'll just bundle it right here somewhere in this box, nice and neat, until I find a little splitter for that. Or I know what they are, but I don't want to spend money on it. It's not necessary. I'm just going to be creative and do this myself. So yeah, so I'm get all these cables bundled up out the way, make them nicely neat. I think I have them all have some service loops up here, and have them nice and tied up with some wire, some ties, and then I think I'll divide up and have some come out this hole as well, because I had 2 holes drilled there, and then I'll be done. Okay, so here's the finished project of that home network I was telling you about. I tied all my cables up in my distribution box, and all going into different holes here. I even got the holes labeled for clarification. I'm gonna open this up. Hope this focus. There we go. So it's not too neat inside, but it'll do. I got the cable split. Like I said, I'll take care of these Ethernet cables when I get a data block. And what I did with the phone lines, if you could look closely, I just wire nutted them all together. I hope that works. But I'm going to get a tester when it's on sale. I'm going to test all this stuff anyway. But yeah, the wires, cables all nice and easy. I just unlock this box or something. There's my outlet there. There's the receptacles for the phone and phone jack and the coax cable. The next shelf up is where a whole lot of service wire cable is left over. I didn't want to cut this cable. I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of this cable, especially the coax cable, was already terminated down here. When I mean terminated, meaning it already had a, I guess a screw-on termination. It was a compression fitting F connector, and I didn't want to cut that. That's to make the cable short. I think these are better connectors, and who knows, you may need some of that extra. But yeah, I had a few bundles of it for each run. I did a home run for each one, and then this wire tied them up, and up there nice and neat. And see they go up into the attic. And I think what I'll do, if you can see up close, I'll foam up. I may put some foam in those holes just to seal it up good. Yeah. Oh, so in these, here's the two wires, the telephone and coax. This is my service feed. These are feeding everything. It's funny how two wires feed everything. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm not a professional at this. I'm a novice, but I'm learning as I go. So if you have any suggestions or comments, please feel free to leave them. I know how to wire a whole house for 120 to 240 volts, but when you do this low voltage, it's a whole different ball game. But it's a nice skill to have, and it makes me feel good to be able to do it myself. Take care.